This stair tower leads up to the Skyline Trail, which is where we're headed. And of course, I'm standing right on top of the chimney. There's the benchmark to prove it. Down below, you can see the Outcroppings Trail, Pulpit Rock in the foreground, and the rock pile to the background with in the center of the screen with the spiral staircase. The Needle's Eye goes right between. And this is the opera box. Practically the same view of the gorge from the chimney as from the chimney, but with a nice view of the chimney right in front. Chimney sure looks precariously balanced on there, doesn't it? But geologists say it is actually attached. But I've always thought about that stone right there being possibly a keystone, that if it fell out, that whole slab would just peel away. Going up the stair tower. Pretty complex structure. And there's the Devil's Head, balancing there on that ledge like it has for who knows how long. Quite a drop. Well, this is the beginning of the Skyline Trail. The first 20 minutes of which are steps. Such as these. On the way up, the trail switches back multiple times. Quite a bit of severe erosion going on up here, but shortly we're going to be tearing up a lot of this trail and redoing it to halt some of these processes which are destroying this foot trail. That is not a good thing.
Go ahead. Yeah, I just finished putting the grill together, and I just brought some cardboard over here to paid parking. There's 2 pallets of brochures sitting here in front of the bunkhouse. Are you gonna go inside or what?
The last flight of steps before exclamation point. Here on the east side of the mountain, it gets awful warm before everywhere else. Therefore, these steps usually stress a lot of tourists out. They end up the bluish green grass-like plant. It's one of the many plants in the park that are on the endangered species list. Also growing around here that it's not blooming right now is Carey's saxifrage and shooting star. They flower in the spring. And of course there's wafer ash. Looks somewhat like poison ivy, but it's totally harmless. Growing right here next to the trail. Here's the first rain shelter, an older one. Sometimes there'll be really bad thunder and lightning storms up here, so gotta have a place to get out of the storm. Out of the rain shelter is the trail leading up to Exclamation Point. A mountain bald habitat. We've got this area roped off to keep people from walking through it, because in the past it was greatly disturbed and erosion was starting. Some of the native plants were being trampled. This stump belongs to a, of course, now deceased Table Mountain pine. Right next to it is a young Table Mountain pine, a very interesting species that we only find on a north or west facing slope that gets very extremes in temperatures. There's another one right down below here. Sculpted by the freezing and thawing and extreme climate conditions it has to face right here on this face. There's another one growing out in that Selaginella mat. Actually two more. Selaginella is the moss that grows on the rocks in those dense mats. It's also called twisted hair spike moss.